My name is Krutika Rajput. I am an architect and completing my master's degree from COP Technological University. The research I am presenting, the title is Reclaiming the In-Between, Understanding Urban Voids and Their Impact on the Urban Growth. So the study area which I have chosen is the case study of Municipal Council of Buldhana, which is a district in Maharashtra. So co- first understanding the concept that what are urban voids throughout the history, we have a book Image of the City given by Kevin Lynch in 1960. The historical study of this urban void from 1960 to 2021, where the urban image by Kevin Lynch, he highlighted the role of neglected and ill-defined spaces, also known as negative spaces, that disrupts the imageability and legibility and continuity of the city. Where Finding Lost Spaces, the book by Roger Transick, he explain how these lost spaces are undesirable and residual spaces created by fragmented planning. And in 1995, the terrain vague, abandoned, and ambiguous spaces with potential for reuse and transformation. And in 2021, we have the urban regeneration, where SDGs and GIS, the recent research are being carried out. So, while understanding the uh, literature for the urban void, we have how the public spaces, the urban void, and build spaces in our cities are emphasized, and the optimization of urban void is strategic resource for the revitalization of the city. So the key takeaways from the literature are: urban voids are vacant, underutilized, residual, and neglected spaces. They emerge due to planning failures, infrastructure development, changing land use, economic decline, etc. The earlier studies review them as planning failures, but the recent research recognizes them as valuable assets for urban regeneration through the GIS based mapping and spatial analysis. Moving forward to the introduction of this topic, the rapid urbanization of our cities over the past few decades, this growth has been often fragmented, creating underutilized urban spaces. The urban void emerges from unplanned growth, infrastructure expansion, and changing land use. They reduce the land efficiency, affect the physical, social, and environmental quality of the city. These spaces hold potential for the sustainable urban regeneration. In further research, we'll see how what are the impacts and potential of this urban void. The conceptual framework will be like how the rapid urbanization is taking place, creating the fragmented development. Thus, the urban voids are created in the city. Through GIS mapping and analysis, we're gonna study the urban void priority index for the sustainable redevelopment of the city. So the background for the background study, the Buldhana Municipal Council is steadily growing, creating several underused spaces. Um, so the background study, this is the satellite image of the with the boundary of Buldhana Municipal Council, which is a district in Maharashtra. Um, so the administrative status, it is a district headquarter around 21 square kilometer area. There are various presence of vacant plots, neglected open spaces, and underutilized public lands selected to assess urban voids using the GIS and the field surveys for the further study. So the issues and problems which were identified, why is it necessary to address them? There are underutilized urban lands. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. So what are the issues and problems identified? I'll just quickly run through this and we'll move forward to the study carried out. So underutilized urban rad, which disrupts the urban connectivity, also leads to the economic losses of the city. And to optimize the land, to improve the connectivity and the accessibility, the study, it is necessary to address these voids. Here we can see the impact and potential of these urban voids. So the urban void assessment, this is the urban void assessment of the Buldhana Municipal Council, where we can see it has environmental impact, social impact, economical impact, physical impact, and government planning impact. So these are the images of the urban voids currently present in the city, which I have carried out in the primary survey. Potential. Uh, Excuse me, sir, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you. So the potential of these urban voids, we can see green and ecological spaces can be created, social and community spaces can be created, economic opportunities can be derived from this, then improved connectivity and sustainable urban growth can be achieved. So during the primary and secondary survey, in primary survey, as we have seen the pictures earlier, these are the pictures of the voids which are identified through the GIS mapping and the Google Earth Pro. Then in secondary survey, we have collected the existing land use map and the proposed land use map from the local authorities here. And the methodology for the research is first we have carried the data collection, satellite imagery, and the field survey. Then the void identification is done. Then the spatial analysis of this void is done. Then the urban void priority index, like on what priority the index has been carried out, and the priority mapping is done. How much potential does the void have according to it? So this is the impact and potential of the urban void. This is a sample of just four voids throughout the city, where it is classified on the basis of ownership, its impact, and the potential use. So here we can see transforming the voids into the value. How from today, if the void is vacant, neglected, or having a physical or visual barriers, unsafe and underutilized spaces, can be a value added land tomorrow, which can be green, clean, and productive land, which can be connected and integrated urban fabric, which can be safe and active and inclusive public places, etc. So the overall benefit achieved due to the transformation of this void can be environmental sustainability, social well-being, economic prosperity, etc. This is the percentage of where we have carried out a survey, and people has like we have asked people what are they expecting or can be the potential of this void. So the park and open spaces has got the majority of votes. Then community halls, senior citizen spaces, and proper parking spaces, etc. These are the other potential people like the local see in those voids. So this is the GIS mapping. Here we have done the identification of the voids according to their type. So we've got 66 vacant lot. Uh, Total neglected open spaces are 16, and government owned but underutilized land which are void are 7. Total 89 voids has been identified throughout the area of the 21 square kilometer of the city. Then, yes. So 86 void are being identified. Majority, the land use connect around the area is in the residential area. So 248.3 hectare is the total void area which has been identified. Then priority classes as a high, medium, and low, and 25 high priority voids has been identified. This on the right hand we can see the Google from results, where we have asked the void formation reasons about and the challenges faced for redeveloping the unused land, and the preferred redevelopment approach from the locals here. The practicality of hypothesis in result inferences, where turning neglected spaces into opportunities for the sustainable growth. We can see urban voids in Buldhana are not just vacant land, but untapped assets with high potential for regeneration and sustainable urban growth. So most voids are small to medium in size and located in mixed land use areas. Then GIS-based UVPY proved effective in identifying prioritizing these voids. And uh, so uh, uh, The scientific support also the evidence also supports this hypothesis that the proximity of these voids are in residential area, so the infrastructure significantly increases land value and the development feasibility. Vacant land increases urban sprawl, reduces connectivity, and decreases the land use efficiency. um, so what will be the conclusion? These voids can become an inventory for the local government, where if the city in future is added to the smart city mission or Amrut mission, whatever the missions or the scheme comes under the urban ministry, the Ministry of Urban Development. So this can be an inventory that the city still has potential to grow inside, and to allocate the urban planning in a systematic way rather than just spreading outside the city boundary. So in conclusion, we have 86 urban voids. The area is given, which 25 we have identified as high priority voids. The UEPI help in objective assessment and prioritization. High priority voids are near major roads and facilities have strong redevelopment potential. Then the significance, it provides a scientific replicable and evidence-based framework for urban void. So the framework can be replicable in other tier 2, tier 3 cities which are similar to our study area. It can support planners and decision makers in optimizing resource and promoting smart, green, and inclusive urban development. And the contribution, it integrates, of course, the GIS, the multi-criteria decision making, and land use analysis to create a practical model for the future purpose. It can be adopted from medium-sized town and municipalities. These are the references, research paper which I have referred and studied on. Thank you.